Hey guys, it's Mo. So I have another silhouette tutorial on cutting PDF printables for you today. First off, I want to make a disclaimer. This is a printable from my shop. For me, my images and my printables are for personal use only. So for that, I believe that personal use means that you can do whatever you want with them, and as long as you're not selling it or selling a derivative of it or distributing it in a way that conflicts with the fact that someone is selling this design. So I'm going to show you how to customize the PDF printable for something you may need. For example, one of the things I'm going to talk about today is adding some text over a full box or something, much like you would use to cover your thankful thought on your sidebar. So this is a PDF in my shop. I've already overlaid the cut lines, and I will leave a link down below to how to import and overlay cut lines to a PDF in your Silhouette software, either if you have Basic Edition or if you have Designer Edition. I have Designer Edition. You can see this is a PDF. I've imported it and overlaid my cut lines. I do want to talk about this modify feature. This is one of my favorite features of Silhouette, and I've done some research, and I believe the Basic Edition also has this this feature, but I can't be certain because I can't get my studio key to deactivate, saying that I have Designer Edition, to revert me back to Basic Edition to see if I can actually use it. But Modify is my favorite, one of my favorite tools to use with this. So this is going to be different than how I overlaid the cut lines and used the knife tool to cut the PDF in half and kind of place it on two different pages. This is going to be something to create a totally custom PDF here. I do want to show you, I'm going to zoom in on the bottom here. There's something else that I like to do, which is overlay a box over the, let's see, can I cut that? Yeah, over the like licensing or like branding of the printable that I get. Let's see, I'm trying to line that up here. This, and then I will overlay one for this. Just so when I do this thing that I'm going to do, you'll be able to see, you'll be able to have a branding strip that you can add on your stickers. So overlay, open the PDF like in that tutorial, overlay cut lines like in that tutorial. Don't slice it in half, just overlay it over the PDF. And you can see this is not going to fit in the cut lines. It's way out of the cut lines, or I guess registration marks of Silhouette software. So we're going to select everything. I turned it off. Okay, we're going to select everything. We're going to go to this modify window, and we're going to click on crop. And that's going to be really cool because it pops everything out. How cool is that? Now everything is popped out. So what I like to do is open a new canvas, file, new. I go and I set my registration marks. I like to make the thickness really big, but the length kind of small. And I also can stretch out my right inset and my left inset. I also want to bring up the bottom inset a little bit, because if I show the print border on my on this, I'm on my laptop right now, so my print border, for some reason, I use the same printer from my laptop to my desktop. The print border is really wide. From my desktop, the print border comes right up to the bottom line of the registration marks, so I always like to move the bottom inset up a little bit. I think I'm just going to leave it right there. That's a good eyeball for me. And then I stick in a rounded box like this, about like that. I'm going to change the color to blue because this is going to be a second cut for me. And I'm going to hold the control key down, and I'm going to press the down arrow key, and that's going to duplicate the box. So what I like to do is go over here, and I will take all of my full heart checklist like this, Control X, cut them out, and paste them over here. And what I will do is line them up in a box, kind of like this. Let's do this one, and I'm going to copy, paste. And I'm also going to take how we cut apart this over here, Control C, Control V. I'm going to make sort of like a branding strip at the top so I know who I got these stickers from. That didn't cut the way I wanted it to. Oh well. Who I got these stickers from, and it might also be useful to rotate this and maybe put it right here. It might fit better that way. So, and I will create that on every one. So we'll go here, line these up. I might need to make this box a little bit bigger or a little bit smaller. And I will use my alignment here. And I'll align these center and align these center, 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 align. I think I moved one. Yep. Align top. Yeah. Well, I guess I'll have to align them center again. I keep moving them around. Like that. Center. 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 Wow. Center. Center. So now I have my sticker sheet of all my heart checklists, and you can arrange these, group them, and distribute them vertically, things like that, whatever you want to do. I'm going to delete this here. What also you want to do is make sure the things you want to cut have a cut line around them. I am setting 2 different colors because this blue is going to be my deep cut, or cut all the way through my, what do you call it, all the way through my sticker paper, and this red cut, this red line is going to be a kiss cut. So I'm going to group this together, and I'm going to hit Control G. A lot of the times your shortcuts are going to be really helpful in making this go by faster, and the more you practice, the faster you will be at cutting out your, I guess, assigning cut lines and assigning a layout to your printables that you're trying to cut. So I'm going to hold down the Control key again and hit the down arrow, and that's going to make another box for me to put things in. I'm going to go over here and take, whoops, all of my boxes, full boxes here, and Control V. Now I only have 6, so I'm going to duplicate some. I think I want to have 2 of these, maybe to use on my weekend side, and I guess I will do 2 of these here. And one of these I'm going to put some text over. I'm going to come up with a, it's going to go over my Thinkable Thought box on my, or the top part of my sidebar on my Erin Condren planner. So I'm going to put a quote over it. Okay, so I took to Pinterest and I found this quote that says, "Wisdom begins with wonder," and I just picked a few fonts. I download fonts from dafont.com. I picked 2 that I thought were really cool, that kind of went together, and I typed them out. The line on this one, I made the line with 0.4, and I made no line on this one, and I changed the color of the line. So if I take this and put it over here, it's kind of not really popping out. So what I want to do, and I'm going to move this over just so I can work from the side here, is I'm going to hit Control G and group it together, and then I'm going to go to my offset here, and I'm going to set the offset. I am going to lower it down until I find something that I like here. Let's see, that's still too big. See how that, I think that looks, let's go down to 3. That looks okay. They're not touching though, so let's see. What I'm trying to look for is make sure all of these lines are sort of touching each other. So let's go back to 4, and I think that they are. Okay, apply. I'm going to change the color of the line to no line and the background to a white, and that's just going to pop it up. I'm also going to right click and release compound path. I'm going to hold down my shift key and click on the outer edge, and then I'm going to delete that, and that's just going to make it look a little bit better here. Oops, I forgot they weren't grouped. I'm going to select all and hit Control G and group it together. Move back over here and put this in my quote. I'm also going to hold down the shift key and click on the, the full box, and go to my alignment, and I think I'm going to put center. So I love when that does weirds out like that. So now we have a full box with a quote on it. I'm thinking that it's going to look pretty cool. I might actually ungroup this. So I'm going to hold Shift, Control, and then G. And then click on this middle part here, Shift, Control, G, and that ungroups everything. I'm going to take this, and I'm going to change the fill color to this yellow, and I think that will be a better deal there for it to look cool. So now you have that customized. So I would go over here and file, save that as something, as a new thing. Then I would go over and make a new canvas. I would take the two boxes from over here, Control V, add my, what do you call this? Registration marks, and go back to my first one and maybe take all of these and put them in here. I need a lot of half boxes, so I would use, or I guess 3-heart checklist, so I would use all of these. If not, you can delete things that you're not going to use, you know. I can put this on. Whoops. I'm trying to cut. Control. Mother of pearl. I'm hitting the wrong button. And I'll put these over here. And we'll go over back to this. Maybe I'll take my weekend banner. Put that over here. What else? I'll take this. Put this over here. Maybe I need more little label guys. So I will just, whoops, select all of them, hold down the control key and hit the down arrow, and that'll duplicate them down. You know, I need that many. And then I can go over, I keep clicking on the wrong one. I'm going to take off all the things that I've used already. I'm going to zoom in, and I'm going to take all my icons. Doesn't really matter that I'm moving them around. Cut those, put those over here. Let's see, zoom in here. You know, just put them. Maybe it's not payday this week for you, so you can delete that. And put those over here. Let's see if we can move these down. I can fit another one. I'm going to use this box. Maybe I don't need Instagram or that, or this date night. Maybe I do need the house. I can fit that in there. Laundry. I wonder if I can fit it right there. You also want to make sure that you have everything with your cut lines. So I'm going to select all of this here, and I'm going to change the line to that red so I know what I'm cutting. I'm also going to do that over here. I'm only going to make the cut be the red part, or the red line, and then I would just continue adding things on. So another great thing about printables is that you can color match things. So I've created on these two sheets, these 4 sticker sheets from this one printable here. Now I have added some bottom bars, some little things with different icons like TV shows and food and things like that. And what you can do is you can go over to a site called Flat Icon here, and you can search for things you might need. For example, you can search for cutlery, a fork. You can search for TV. Let's see here. You can and bring up an icon that you want to use. And what you can do is, if you have the designer edition, you can download an SVG, and that means that you can change the colors. For example, this is an SVG, and I can change the color of the actual shape of the TV itself. If you don't have designer edition, you'll want to download the PNG, and you want to download it as white since you want it to be white on your colored background. And I always click the biggest number, and the biggest pixel amount, just so I have some wiggle room if I need to make it a different size. If you aren't subscribed to Flat Icon, then you'll need to credit the author if you're going to use this commercially. If you're just making it for yourself, then you know, there's nothing that you really need to do. If you ever sell this or ever, you know, give it away, you do need to say this is you know, from the icon is from Freepik. So I've already downloaded it. It went to my downloads folder here. I'm going to go back over to Silhouette. I'm going to open that folder and I'm just going to drag this television in. And so you can see it's white already. If you were to change the color, it changes the whole file because it is a square file with a transparent background. So then you can just make a box. My boxes are 0.28 inches by 1.5 inches wide, and just size this guy down to fit in your little box. And you can download whatever, you know, you can just use keywords for whatever you may need. Star, heart, asterisk, filming slate, I don't know, laundry icon, whatever kind of icons you may need here, you can search. And I like to go over to align and line it and align it to the middle so it looks better. Then we can just Control C, copy, Control V, paste, and paste these however many times we want. Then we can use our eyedropper tool from the fill color and select yellow. Whoops. You want to make sure you're just filling in the box, and then we can scroll over, click on this one, change it to blue, you know, that kind of thing. And then once you have all of those made up, you can then save this and cut this, but you can also use these little things in future printables that you might want to customize and change the colors for that. So you don't have to build them every time unless you want something new. Like let's say for this week you only need this, but maybe next week you need a heart, then you could just add a heart one on to what you may need. So now you can go ahead and cut your files. I'm going to delete everything from here. I don't know why my Silhouette software likes to screw up sometimes and show it not there. I just deleted everything from the side. You'll want to go and save this to however you want to save it. And when you go to cut it, I'm going to go over here to my cut options and you want to select advanced. I'm not 100% sure if this is in the, what do you call it? The basic edition. If it's not, you might just have to go standard and then move around until you find something that works. I don't know why it's not showing it, but if you have designer edition, you can go to advanced. I'm going to uncheck this white one because I don't want anything that's got a white border or white outline to cut. I just want the red and the blue. So I'm going to move this blue down because I want it to cut last, and I'm going to change the material to be white sticker paper. It doesn't really mean anything, the material, because then you can also manually set the blade. So I set it to white sticker paper just to have it a different setting than the washi sheets that I use as the setting for the red. So for the red, I like to set my blade at about 14 for the sticker paper that I use. And then for the blue, because I want it to cut all the way through, I'm going to select that should be washi sheets and that should take that as well. And then for the blue, I want it to cut all the way through. So I usually put 33, whoops, that's too much, 33 as that. And then when I go to send it to my Silhouette, feed it through, it's going to do a kiss cut of all the red and a deep cut of all the blue and pop all my sticker sheets out. So that is how you can create a custom sticker set, I guess, from a printable that you download online. Again, I would double check with the creator of the printable to make sure that you can modify it to your needs. Personally, I don't see why not, because you're not selling them, you're using them for personal use, and you're not claiming to own them. So for my stickers in my shop, all of my printables, you can customize them to your needs. You can't sell them after you've customized them because it's still not your design. But I just wanted to show this way to customize and pop out, is what I call it, when you use the crop feature and pop all of these out. I think that's great. And like I said, your shortcut keys, and which I'll leave a link down below to Silhouette shortcut keys, but your shortcut keys, meaning when you use the keyboard to actually do something like Control C, Control V, or when you want to group something and you do Control G instead of doing right click and group. That's going to save you a lot of time because you're working with both hands and you're getting a lot more done in a shorter amount of time. So I hope this video was helpful. If you found it helpful, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up and share with your friends, share in the planner community. I would love to see this go around because I think this is very helpful to cutting printable sticker sheets. If you want to see more videos on both Cricut and the Silhouette for cutting and making stickers and other planner accessories, I will have that playlist linked down below. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.